Hey guys, just a quick DIY on fitting spacers to a Ferrari 458. And this is obviously pretty relevant for any other car that wants to put a set of spacers on it. There's not going to be much difference for other makes and models, so this is going to be good for everybody. So basically I decided that the factory wheels didn't look as great as I wanted. Basically with this wheel arch, they kind of sit, maybe, an inch to a bit more inside the wheel well. And again, look, this is not for everybody. Everyone's not going to agree on this one, but look, I would like my wheels to be pretty much flush with the guards. Decided to put some wheel spacers on these ones. Keep in mind, I wouldn't go for anything cheap. This is your life you're sort of dealing with here, so any spacer I would suggest getting from a reputable source, either someone local to you that you can see has actually made them, out of what material and what sort of quality. So I've gone with a local supplier. I'll put the link in the description below. This is a set of 4 that I bought, made for the 458 Ferrari. This will basically bring the factory wheels flush with the guards. I'll run you through quickly what I'm doing here for everyone else that wants to know how to put a set of wheel spacers on. Okay, so if you're watching this video particularly for the 458 Ferrari, and I'm assuming this will cover most of the Ferraris, this one's for you guys. So obviously there's 2 bolts that we have to remove. These guys here are basically like a locating, bit of a security bolt, because this is a floating disc. So I'm guessing they put these in to locate them and keep them obviously attached to the hub when you remove the wheel, so they're not sort of mucking around, moving around, and to stop vibration and shaking. We're not going to worry about that too much, because obviously we have to remove these to get the spacer on. It's going to be a 13 mil. The sort of locating pin is actually a 12. So we'll take these guys out. I've already loosened these. To loosen these guys off, basically grab an 8 mil as well if you want to make your life easier. Grab one of the floating discs, you just crack each individual one. So obviously I've already loosened these. And pretty simple, these ones have been CNC machined to suit this car exactly. So that's why I actually bought these from that supplier. So simple as that. They literally are hub centric too. The best thing about hub centric stuff, and obviously stuff that's made for your vehicle, hub centric meaning that this ring locates on the factory ring basically perfectly. So that's what they call hub centric. If you don't go for this option and you get your cheaper spacers that obviously cut out to suit any sort of middle ring, I'll definitely say that's a risk, because what you're doing is putting all the weight and all the pressure on just your wheel studs themselves, or wheel nuts themselves basically. And that can be very bad, because obviously all the pressure from the road and all the bumps and everything is hitting up. So the best thing having the hub centric is that a ring is taking all the force on the hub itself, and the wheel nuts are just doing their job to secure this. And obviously the reason why you shouldn't worry about these guys is because we're going to have 5 massive bolts doing exactly the same job. So let's go and put those in. So 17 mil on all these guys to obviously get it onto the car. And these being made for this exact vehicle, all your factory wheel nuts and everything can be used as well, which is an absolute bonus. With this kit as well, you are supplied with 20 shallow nuts as well, or wheel studs you can call them on this vehicle, because they have a thread attached to them. This comes as a complete kit, so 4 spacers and 20 wheel nuts. So that's why I was very, very happy to go with these ones, knowing that they're made from a US company as well. They are CNC machined as you order. I think it's about a 10-day turnaround time, but look, you wait for quality. I would go these every single day of the week. I'm going to use my 1/2-inch drive to sort of tighten them up, but then I'm going to use a longer breaker bar just to finish them off, because these are going to be on the car, and obviously I don't want them to come loose in any way, shape or form. So yeah, let's just do these up and then we'll finish it off. And if you do or do not know, it's always best to do these guys up opposite. So do this one, do this one, do this one, do this one, do this one. So you're going to basically go opposite, because that obviously distributes the pressure on it. Not everybody does that, and fair enough, but look, I was taught a way, and that's how I do them now. You are going to need a second person for this as well, because you're going to need someone jumping in the car and putting their foot on the brake for you Otherwise, you're not going to get them as tight as you want them to. So I know that was a really quick one, but it wasn't a complicated thing to sort of explain. To finish these guys off, like I said, I am going to get probably, you know, your meter size breaker bar. Don't put too much pressure on that. I'd probably just refer to Newton meter specs for a standard wheel, and I'm going to do the other 4 wheels. It's exactly the same process. I don't feel like I need to show you guys that. I'm pretty sure you got the gist of it with just doing that one wheel. I hope that helped the guys with the 458 Ferraris and other versions that do have obviously that locking style pin. You'll probably be questioning, oh, do I take them off? What do I do? It's fine. You've got 5 full wheel nuts doing the same job as what these guys are doing. And I hope it helped the people that are just doing standard wheel spaces as well in your car. It's just a bit of information that everyone can benefit from. You don't have to own one of these cars. Like I said, it covers every sort of make and model. There's not going to be too many variations where you're going to find a difference. Besides, obviously, some cars are going to have your stud on the vehicle, and this is a whole different ball game altogether. The ones with the studs coming out of the car, you basically just end up putting the wheel spacer on there, and depending on how thick a spacer you've got, you're going to find that you're either going to have to get ones that are very wide so it covers the wheel stud itself, or they actually cut the standard wheel stud down. I don't like doing that, so you know, if you're going to do it for that reason, maybe get wheels that are obviously gonna work for you before you go that option. It's just so that the wheel can basically go flat on the surface. And check with your wheels first, because what you tend to find on some sets of wheels, that they do have recesses every opposite to the thread, so they will take sometimes an extended thread. So having that little bit of thread poke out isn't always an issue for some wheels. So check that first. You may not even have to cut them, but that's obviously with cars that don't have a European style where the nut is part of the thread and it goes in. It's a bit of information for everybody, and hopefully it helps a few people out. I know it wasn't too in-depth, but very simple thing. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.